This week's Celebrity Spotlight is Twiggy. Now, Twiggy, she was actually the first supermodel. And she's actually a British model, and she kind of started the whole waif, skinny type model look. Unfortunately, Twiggy. So she was really a taller lady who was really, really thin, but she had a boyish haircut. So they named her Twiggy because of that, because she kind of looked like a twig. And she has such an interesting chart. It's really like amazing. She has 4 9s, but her 9s are isolated. So the 9 is the highest change mental number, and she has 4 of them. So she's got like a ton of ideas floating around in her mind at any given time. And that could be why she's so thin, because she's one of those people like a mouse wheel that never stops. It's just always going, going, going. And they tend to be very hyperactive people. So with that said, being isolated, she has no way to bring those ideas to life. She has no way to bring them down into the physical to make them happen. So they're trapped, and then it just generates more of that frustrating, I wish I could do this, I wish I could do that, overthinking, overanalyzing, all that stuff. And she has no soul plane numbers either, which really makes a huge disconnect between all of the 3 planes. Like as humans, for example, we think, we feel, we do. Those are the 3 areas in numerology that we look at. And with the middle being empty and having those 9s on the upper level, it means that she really strongly needs to work on the emotional to be able to bring that stuff down to fruition and make it happen. So I'm sure that she's had her fair share of relationship drama and trauma and all that stuff. So yeah, so Twiggy is, she's not only lacking in the soul plane, but she also has the arrow of skepticism too. So that's really going to add to her relationship stuff, because she's going to hold back. She's going to feel like, I don't know, do I have all the facts? Do I really want this? And so definitely, if you look at her history, I'm sure you'll find that she's had relationship stuff consistently. Her gift, however, is a 10, which 10 is the communication number. So she was all about communication. Her year, though, was a 23-5, which is more of the expressive artist, not the kind of artist you would think of as painting or sculpting, that kind of thing, but expressive as in acting, singing, dancing. And she was actually an actress as well, and into singing and professional type voice work. But her whole essence was a 6, which is the creative number, the full-on creativity number. But it's backwards, because usually we see a 24-6, and she was a 42-6, which is a very uncommon combination. And so she's leading with the 4, which is structure and foundation. So it was an interesting 6 for sure, because her method of creating would have been structured. And I can see that with all of those 9s, because 9s are very black and white, right and wrong. So Twiggy had an interesting chart, to say the least. And this year for her is very self-reflective as well, because she has a pure 2 as her personal year, which is extremely self-reflective. It's not a lot of outward change at all. But her peak cycle is a 5, which is career-based. It's all about career and focusing in on your career. So I'm wondering what's going on in her head right now with all of those 9s floating around, thinking about career or planning and doing a lot of self-reflection with that, because next year will be her 3 year, which is idea generating. So she'll see some action then. So I want to say, wow, she's going to be 68. So I want to say happy birthday to Twiggy. And please do tune in next week for another Celebrity Spotlight on LotteryUSA.com.